will be encouraged through some kind of, I don't know, maybe artists who do these kind of songs will be getting some grants or something, you know. Yeah, because you know this is a song that's calling on our brothers and sisters in the diaspora to come back home. Fuse ODG on this one. Come on. And I love the horn session on this song. I'm not going to get into describing the song. I'm not going to get into that because we do that on Tuesdays. But I love this song. We need to encourage most of our creatives to at least, like on an album, there was a time in Ghana you couldn't release an album without a song that addresses a social issue. Yeah. But now that culture, I don't know, that culture is no more. Even through the brainwashing curriculum. Anyways, through the ages and millenniums, last 400 years has been fabulous. We've been working as it's time for Easy Talk, and I'm going to read our situation or the situation for today. A very interesting one. This is very, very Ghanaian. When I read it, I was like, this one is Ghanaian. Pa. And our guys who are going to help us, the usual team is here. Everyone is here. Today, everyone is here. Jane is here. Michael is here. Andrews is here. And, of course, Martin is here. I don't know. Jane has been saying, my bestie. And Martin's birthday. One touch here, man. One, just say, prior. Your microphone, and I'm happy your microphone is off. You see, anytime people get defensive, they know the truth. I'm fat. Jane, I think you should read the situation for us today. He doesn't want. You don't have airtime. Data. Okay.
Today's situation. And I read.
Yes.
Hi, Easy Talk. I work with one of the major companies in Ghana. In fact, a clear market leader in its industry. However, I have a challenge I'd like some honest perspectives on, and I'm not sure if it's just me or the company culture. Whenever there's an issue in my unit, I've always stepped in and fixed it using my own personal resources with the expectation of getting reimbursed later. The reimbursement eventually comes, but it's usually at the company's convenience and pace. Lately, I've become very hesitant to keep using my own resources to resolve problems quickly. I'm now more focused on delivering results sustainably without constantly dipping into my pockets. Just last week, my boss sent me a letter questioning why productivity in my unit has dropped drastically. My dilemma is this. How do I strike the right balance between pushing hard to achieve my targets despite the obstacles, while also making my bosses understand the importance of addressing issues promptly and properly, especially when it comes to providing the necessary support or resources on time? I'd really appreciate any practical advice on how to handle this situation professionally.
Can you read from my
dilemma?
Yes.
So my dilemma is this. How do I strike the right balance between pushing hard to achieve my targets?
My
targets despite the obstacles. While also making my bosses understand the importance of addressing issues promptly and properly. Especially when it comes to providing the necessary support and resources on time. I'd really appreciate any practical advice on how to handle this situation professionally.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Easy Talk.
Easy Talk, a daily question, your bold opinions. Let's spark some lively discussions on
This is a very, 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 very important situation. In fact, I wouldn't say it's dicey. It's one that needs to be spoken about because it will help new organization owners. It will help existing organizations and employees and employers or business owners as well. Before we get into the matter and crack it, let me
Do you want to change your TV or upgrade your sound system? How about getting
A daily question, your bold opinions. Let's spark some lively discussions on 3FM Drive.
All right, guys. So my team is ready. Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is a 3FM Drive on 3FM 92.7. ABAAN3K3.
ABAAN3K3.
Hey, I see. All right. I'm going to start with Martin today. Martin.
Drake.
So Jen didn't give you anything.
She gave me a hug. I said she gave me a hug.
She gave you a hug.
Yeah, it counts as something.
Really?
Yeah.
Martin. Your price is very low.
They are trying to become
I
black
don't
cats
want
in
to
between
say
us.
anything. Look, do not. That's all I can say. Do not.
All right. Live threats on radio.
That should inform you the kind of friend you have.
Oh.
It's a pre-order will never.
What I'm even saying is, do not let them sway you.
I know, that's
You
what
know
I'm
what
saying.
we
I know they
have.
do
You
not.
get me?
Over Jane, I
Yeah.
think I
Martin.
agree.
Jay.
Please go on.
All right. So this case, I think two things should be done first. She said, you don't know the gender of this person, do we?
No.
No, we don't.
Okay, so this person said that there's been instances or an instance where they use their money, but the reimbursement delayed and is affecting productivity. Clearly, some companies in Ghana, when it comes to money and accounting, they'll tell you paper trail but when you're spending your money, the speed at which you spend your money is not the same energy you get your money back. And I was thinking maybe being someone that's been working in this environment would know this, but if there's always a first time for something. So if you don't know, you've learned a lesson and know that these people don't pay easily. So perhaps you start officially maybe complaining and making complaints and keeping like documents of it to back whenever they are going to come for appraisals and to check your
audit.
performance and all that stuff. You would use that to defend yourself as some form of shield, evidence that you have, because you can't really win here. It's the organization, they might have their policies and how they go about things, and you want your thing to be done as well. So do your best with what you have and stop where you can't. If they ask why, you just show them why that time you tried that time you tried one time, you never got your money back on time and also affected you. So I think you just create a trail, keep evidence and use that to back your situation should it come up. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay. All right. I'll come back to asking you a few questions, but I want everybody to give their points. Andrews.
I think, my suggestion is really in line with what Martin said. I think if you want a company to notice that there's a gap in whatever they are doing, you have to stop doing what you are doing. Your department was really functioning because you were stepping in. But once you develop a laid-back approach and you don't, they'll realize the gap. And once you persist in that, you continue showing that there's not. They'll realize that their resources are insufficient, and then they'll step up. But if every time there's a problem, there's a major challenge, you show up, then they'll realize that everything is okay. So why now? Like, what you are doing is good. You are not putting your money in it. They'll step up and then they'll react. So what you are doing is that you are telling the company to develop a proactive approach. But if not, they'll just be there. They'll just be there, and then they'll want you to fix everything. And it happens a lot. Like, practically happens in Ghana. A lot of companies would want, even if they don't say it, but workers would have to put their money in. And you know, the most difficult part is going back for your money. It's not even like how the process of trying to go back and tell them that they should give you your money. It feels like you are rather doing something wrong, going for your own money. And even when you think about the delay and, like Martin was saying, the process you'd have to go through to get your money back, you would even want to stop. And at the end of the day, you end up investing your money that you shouldn't have invested into the company. So I think formally you can write an email to the company telling them, detailing what has been happening for a while now. And if you have right evidence to back it, you can show it. These days, we normally do transactions with mobile money. If you have a receipt, mobile money, you show it, you add it to the email, you send everything. Maybe for this duration, for the last 4 months, this is what I have been doing. And I want you to notice that this is what is happening. So the productivity is affected by this. And if you want to achieve your goals, you should know that I'll be able to achieve my goal as an individual because of what you are giving me. If you are giving me the right resources, I'll be able to achieve my goal. So if I don't have it,
by goal you mean the company's goal?
Yeah, the company's goal. What they want you to do. So what
like
you set
KPIs.
out to do. Yeah, your KPIs, right. So if they want you to achieve your KPIs, is by what you provide me. So if you're not providing me with the necessary things, then I would fall below the standard. So it's more like complementary goods in economics. Yes. So hand go, hand come. They have to make sure that you are doing the right thing.
All right, they have to make sure you're doing the right thing. Like I said, I have questions, but I will ask them after this round. Michael, quickly give us your submission, and then Jane will do same.
Okay. Chig, I mean, when I saw this, I could see myself like maybe probably 10 years ago.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I think the young lady, it will take time for her to come to understand the space that she finds herself in. Like I was talking to you this morning, I always keep on saying it's always different when you are working on a gig in Ghana here and then when you are working outside. Okay. And so
when you say gig, not everybody knows what a gig is.
When you're working on a project, I mean,
okay,
or when you are working in the space. Now, people are hired for their experience and based on what they can bring on the table. Every company has its problems.
True.
And so when you get into the space, one of the things you have to be is an agent of change. Okay. So yes, I'm not saying that it is right for you to put money into it, but then one of the things I always think about too is that, you see, in as much as you are being employed to deliver a service, you are also building a career for your own self, and you are building capacity. So there are projects that you might step in to take that the funds will not come the way it's supposed to come. It will come in trenches, but then you want to complete and jump onto another project. At that instance, what do you do? You get it? And if you listen to her, I think that she's privileged enough, because at the end of the day, it's not like she's not being reimbursed.
Yes, but it comes later.
It comes later. So looking at that kind of line of issues, or maybe the delay, for her to be able to, now she has to look at, okay, what brings about the delay and how well can I close that gap up? I feel that is what she should be looking at. But you see, to stop and drop your productivity for you to be questioned, that's a dent on yourself and your career. Okay, because I'm telling you that the kind of problems personally I would have to solve even before it gets in front of my bosses, nobody knows. But you see, that's an experience that I carry on. Because I'm sure that tomorrow when I am not there, this thing, they don't teach it. It's you experience to get it done. You understand? So
They don't teach it
they don't teach it.
in Ghana.
In Ghana, no. You know, you have to go through it to understand. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you carry, because at the end of the day, everybody has to say that, oh, the event went well, this went well, this went well. But as to how it went well, that is you. It's just on you.
It's on you.
But when there is an issue of failure, like the way she has been referred to, that brings you to a question of doubting whether you are good or not. And you see, tomorrow you might be replaced with somebody that you were way better, but you decided to choose that, you know what, I want to be like, righteous.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. Jane.
There seems to be a lot on your chest.
Yeah.
Who?
There seems to be a lot on Michael's chest.
Uh,
Yeah, it's like this was like avenue for you to vent, but that's okay. Trig, a wise man once told me.
don't
that.
give any African proverb.
Oh,
I've banned African proverbs on this show.
Wise man, this is very realistic.
Okay.
A wise man once told me that if you are an employee in the workplace,
okay.
the worst thing that you do for yourself is to find a temporal makeshift for a problem. I don't know if you guys get me.
Yeah.
That was what, and it really sank very deep into my head because, yes, a very wise man. Because this person, obviously, well, I think it's a he, I think he's not at the boss level yet. And why are you using your personal funds for a company project? You have a boss. Sometimes it's a chance for bosses to step up. You see, some things as
I like that.
a major,
I like that.
as a minor employee,
It's a
you're
chance
not
for bosses to what?
step up.
To step up.
Yeah.
I like that.
So please, when you find yourself facing challenges like this, it's not up to you to solve. A wise man again once told me that you cannot solve everything on your own as an employee. You need to escalate.
If not because you are
Save-
on my side today.
Save yourself the stress, the financial strain, and everything else that comes with it. So please, it wasn't your job. It wasn't in your place. You shouldn't even for once have thought about self-funding something that the company is going to benefit from. Of course, you're getting paid to work, and it is in your line of work that this thing that you're doing is carried out successfully, but it is not up to you, especially for something related to finance, to self-fund.
Okay,
So
Jane.
it's a very big mistake.
Thank you, Jane. Jane has started from where I wanted to start.
Clack that.
I wanted to ask the three of you a few questions, but Jane has said a lot of it, because my point is that this guy is not helping the systems within the company grow.
Well, I think it's a he.
Well, this girl is not helping the system to grow. I wrote a few points down. See, if a system only works because individuals are bleeding for it, then the system is broken.
Yep.
Because in Ghana, most well-established organizations, most, if not all, most of them have broken systems. And these systems are broken not necessarily because the owners are aware. We are in a country where the rich seems to be wise.
Yeah.
But it's not the case.
Every rich man gets it.
And I'm sorry, that not be true. Plenty examples there in Ghana. A lot of high-performing organizations in Ghana unintentionally reward heroes, quote and unquote, or they reward heroic actions. And this is what breaks the system.
Yep.
For example, because this guy could afford, so he was funding. This means that in a case where you can't afford, there will be a problem.
Yeah.
And so this is why it is not bad to play the hero's role, but always call in the management's ear or their attention to it before you proceed.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not concerned about the money bit, but let the management know that without, which very soon I'll be starting some, without this or this, the work will be very difficult. if you want us to still continue, I could
Do this.
do
and that.
this, but in the next 10 days, I would have to be reimbursed. Or in the next 5 days, I would have to be reimbursed. And I think most of us sometimes we get caught up in trophies, like what Michael is saying. I agree with him when he talks about self-development.
Yeah.
Because unintentionally, you have learned how to be there when the systems are not moving. You can do one or two things. But the thing is that, the other thing too is that because you are, and Andrew said the same thing, because you are fixed on the goals.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, if it's not even sometimes, every work, there's work ethics. It's only in Ghana. No, because I used to think that it was an African thing till I worked in some other African countries. And I realized that it's only in Ghana that we think that, you see, when we are hurting the ethics, we don't realize it. Because some of us, it is our own weaknesses. Out of our own weaknesses, you see that something is going wrong. You are quick. You want to go and do it. Sometimes it's not because you want the results. You want to be seen as the guy doing it. Because if a technician has been hired for it, what the hell? Why is the person sitting down there? Yeah. Why is the person that person? So you can prompt that person to fix it.
Yeah.
Or in fixing it, then it means that when that person comes, scold the person, let the person know that you have done it. Otherwise, you worry the system. Because systems must work. It's the reason why systems are not working in this country. We have to also look at the issue between sustainability and some of these short-term performances. Because what you are doing, now you are sending us this letter, it means that it's not sustainable. You can't do it for a long time.
Yeah.
So so most companies, you see, when you go to these foreign companies, you look at the history of the company, it is 100 years. Some insurance company in this country is 180 years. Foreign companies. Most of them are foreign companies.
Yeah.
And then our companies will go 15, maybe actually 20, 30, maybe 30. Because systems are working. The ones most because systems are not working. And I read some statistics, and if it's true, then it's scary that majority of our workforce that contribute towards our GDP, is it GDP? Yeah. Our GDP is from the informal sector.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So if that's the case, then it means that a lot of these systems, or you know what I fear, very soon now that our brothers and sisters are coming from the diaspora, they are from a place where systems work. They will either be frustrated or they will have to relegate to or come to the point where we will all be the same.
I think the latter. I think we'll win.
Because sometimes we normalize the wrong so much that we think that that's the thing. That's how it should go. So media, I'm for systems. I'm for systems. They must work. Because I don't understand why there is somebody sitting in an elevator pressing the floor I should go for me in the elevator. I don't understand.
Oh, guys.
In Ghana, it is happening here.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen it too.
Yeah, it is happening here.
Like it's happening.
But where I've seen it, the person ought to be there. Where I saw that, the person ought to be there.
Where?
Can I go ahead? Can I go ahead and mention?
No, why should the person? No, why?
Because there are people that can't operate it.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
We see. You see, why can they not learn? You see, when you go to Japan, when you go to some of these non-English speaking countries, Jane, they don't have some of the writings in English. Oh. You are looking for an area. I remember. I remember myself and my pastor. We were in some town in France, looking for a train to go somewhere. We go to the booth the information booth. The guy is and then gave us a map. Now map you are
forced to understand the system.
Forced to understand the system.
Yeah.
You know, and I see that it helps even the government to make money from the ignorance of the people. You know, because the fact that you cannot find your flaw, you see, if you don't do it and get lost, you know, a number of times I've been lost in some countries. You have to get lost 1 or 2, 3 times. The next one, you will find your way. It's like that. But we want to be doing, wait there, I had there. Sometimes I think sometimes
If you magnify this into our general life as like a people and nation, we failed as a system if you can take it up to that level.
Yes, because you will find a whole CEO maybe of a company who have maybe say I can't use here because here we are correct.
The system is working.
It's working. So let's say of a company that is producing a product, you will be surprised that the CEO has never tested the product. You will be surprised. It can be some food, and he or she has never tested it. I mean, the last time I was in our COO's office, he was watching TV3, and the radio was on 3FM.
247.
247. What a shock. And he had 4 television, one on Onia, one on
monitoring.
And monitoring all the systems.
Yeah.
What I said?
Trig.
That's leadership.
Today there no easy talk.
Today they are hard talk.
Today be extremely hard talk.
No. Certain situations demand
I
hard
have
answers.
2 minutes to open the phone line, so I leave it. Andrews has
He has
quenched the fire. So
oh no, we had to. There's some things that as a person you're passionate about.
It's an issue I'm passionate about.
Exactly.
Yeah, we are all
No, it's very
passionate about
important.
it.
And you know, Michael, I'm not cutting you. I'm not cutting you. Yesterday or this morning, I actually had to submit an answer to an assignment. Oh, sorry, my phone just went off. An answer to an assignment, and I think it's close to what we are discussing. The assignment is on ethics.
Okay.
Is on ethics, and the question. There are a few questions we've been taught to ask. You know, when ethics are not working. So there's ethics leadership, you know, and ethical leadership. Sorry, and they're saying there are some questions you should ask. When I was going through the questions, I actually realized that these are questions we hardly ask ourselves. And these are like simple everyday questions. For example, in the shoes of, let's say, your boss. So because they're teaching us to be leaders, so we have to assume that we are bosses.
Yeah.
You have to ask questions like, if this was maybe if this rule was given to the staff, would you have accepted? If this equipment has been bought, would the work be more efficient? Would it be, those kinds of questions? And I think these are things we don't do. These are things we do. As for the training, you see, I understand where Michael and Martin, you guys were coming from. But don't we have so many? That's why we have a lot of talented people. But because the systems are not working, they can go very, very close to being far. Which brains don't we have in Ghana? The kind of people we have in Ghana, even if we want to be biased and talk about media and entertainment only, the people we have.
Yeah.
So many,
Big minds.
so many big minds. Why did it have to take the international space to make Virgil Abloh? It didn't take Ghana. Because Ghana will train you, yes, but then scalability.
Yeah.
So we don't know, normally we don't scale. Even if you look at most of our artists now, the companies that help them scale are all international. That's why I'm happy about the whole Ibrahim Mahama thing.
Yeah.
As much as I want to go and see him now, something will touch something. But I'm happy for him because he's part of us. He's one of us. Yet he's determined. And if you look at his history, he's been in the space for quite some time.
Very much.
So it's something I'm following. It's something I'm really, really following.
Yeah.
I put my last to go to school again because of some of these things. And I intentionally decided not to do the schooling here. Because I wanted to understand, how did Universal become Universal? How did Sony become Sony? I'm not interested in what some big company in Ghana is doing because I've already seen it.
Yeah.
Fargo.
I want to look, I have a friend there. He doesn't do much. He just handles the brands. He's like a brands manager, but he's within a big company. But he handles, if it's Louis Vuitton, he handles the Louis Vuitton account. That's all he does. He makes sure that this country has enough for the year. This one has this. The managers are all working and I can't pay no. Pay no keke no.
Charlie.
And because we have a company. I have we've started something together. And he's always saying, Charlie, this one, in my country, he's based in Switzerland. So in my country, we go do so. I say, well, it don't be a country, we day here. So make we run one away.
Yeah.
You get me? So please, guys, this is not. I don't want the callers to be only negative. Please, it is me that is seeing the negatives. Leave it for me. But this is just for Ghana to be a better place. Michael, you wanted to. I'm opening the phone lines now, but if you want to say something.
So you see, where I picked my submission from, we were talking about the fact that broken system. Now I heard something over the weekend about even nurses. And then those that have graduated since 2013 are starting to be
not
corrected.
being paid.
They don't have placements. They don't have. They've not even been placed. To employed. That's the word you use. Employed. So look at from 2013, 14 up to now, 2026. So you realize that if one person should get an opportunity into a space, that means that regardless however the space is, the person wants to be able to adjust regardless whatever it is. So looking at this young lady's case or whoever it is, you could just realize that it's not like people do not accept that whatever it is that is happening is wrong. But then again, there are no options. You get it? Lucky for some of us, or by the grace of God, that people like you, you are being it's not like you take application to go and look for a job. Today, if I step out, it's obvious by God's grace.
I'm gonna be called.
You get what I'm saying? The same way today, if you step out.
But Michael, let me ask you, did you not come from a place where you also had to go look for a job? Because I have looked for jobs before.
Yes. I have done that before. That's what
so
I'm
you
saying.
have built. You have
exactly.
The grace there is there, but you have built.
That's the capacity.
Some capacity.
But then, if you look at this young lady, or whoever it is, we might never know. You see, when you get to that place of saying that today I can leave and I'll be fine, I'll be somewhere next another time. But then the majority, do not have that. They don't have that capacity to say that I will just be at home for 2 days, 3 days, and the next moment I'm working somewhere.
You have a point.
You get what I'm saying? So if you look at it, looking at this young lady, we have to probably balance the whole conversation so that she understands what she's saying.
You have a point. You have a point. I agree with you from that part, but I just want the bulbs to be changed if they go off. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't have to use my money for it. That's because maybe you pay me 500 or 200. Do you know that there are people who are receiving 650? I went to eat somewhere this weekend.
Monthly?
Yes, and I was talking to a young lady. Oh, no, ciao. And yes, and I know me,
we get you.
I already have a and I was talking to the girl because I was actually interested in giving her a role. Yeah, I know. I know, baby.
Carry on.
And she said she earns 650 every month. I asked the distance from her home to the job, and she says she spends close to about 300 and something on transportation because she lives far. Now she has one child. So I said, so why are you still doing the job? And she said, she could have joined any of the factories. So she used to work somewhere like a factory type of job and all that, but she was earning 2,000 thereabout. So that was okay, but the energy she was putting in too much, so she's drained.
Yeah.
So, Charlie,
we'll be fine.
Let me just open the phone lines at this point. If I continue, I may be sacked.
Oh, guys.
0559 242 717 0556910154. Should she continue using her funds, her resources to do the job and wait for later reimbursement, or she should just wait for the company to fix what they have to fix? Hello?
Hello, Trick.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is Justice Oyarifa.
Justice from Oyarifa. Okay, let's hear you, my brother.
Serious conversation you guys have, I'm like something small. No.
I tell you.
I think all the problems in this country is because of systemic failures.
Thank you.
And you know, the hidden truth is that the systemic failures are engineered by people that benefit from these systems.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any department you go to that things are not working, it is so because somebody is earning from the inefficiency.
Thank you.
I'm a medical doctor, and I'm telling you these things.
Wow.
Our hospitals, you go, you are seeing people queuing. They are writing on papers when they are electronic record systems. It's simply because if there is a paper trail to where each and every CD passes, people will be held accountable. So the easiest way is to destroy these systems so that monies can pass into people's pockets without being traced.
Wow.
Systemic problems need to be fixed.
Thank you.
Go to passport office. You would have to wait for 2-3 weeks to be able to complete an electronic registration because you must be frustrated to the extent that you will prefer to pay somebody to fast track the process for you. Politicians will continue to run down the system simply because they want to remain the most relevant people that everybody has to run to even get their children named during outdoorings. The system is failing because it benefits a few. And the earlier we all realize this, the better for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Justice. And yeah, man, look, he said it all. 0559 242 717 0556 910 These conversations stir me up. And they stir me up. Yeah, very, very. And he said something. See, because people are benefiting from the broken systems, they are encouraging it. They're encouraging it.
My friend has this system. He's like a payroll system that tracks corruption and everything. He was trying to sell it to a Ghanaian company. And he was doing the presentation, and one of the features was you can track who is ever doing some illegalities. You know, somebody on the board was like, "Young man, can you remove that component from the system? Then we'll proceed."
We'll come back to that. Hello.
Osmosis.
Man for real. Osmosis, go ahead.
Today, you dig the easy like that. Today is not easy. It's hard.
Tell you, it's hard.
Craig.
Tell me.
Especially those who call themselves CEO in this country. They are killing we. When investors came to this country to help ordinary Ghanaian people, they will sit somewhere and their breakfast and lunch will be more than 10,000 people salary in the workplace.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah, I get you.
So it will be like that. Let's give thanks to Baumia. I'm not under any political party. You see, the digital now is helping now. So most of them cannot cheat.
Yeah.
Yet the ordinary people, they are cheating them. Like me and you, we work for somebody and somebody will sit somewhere and who will just sit down in air condition and they be cheating we. Be cheating we.
Oh.
So where can the country grow?
Yeah.
How can the country grow? Someone is sitting where go and do some small course and come and teach somebody who work more than that person and who will get all the benefits for that company. I think the guy tries to help the company. Sometimes he also gets some benefit for the company to maintain things. You get me? Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he also gets something somewhere. So that some of the things you don't need to ask the boss, so you have to fix it. Me, I first start seeing a lot. My boss will tell you, no, it's not all you have to call. You have to fix some and just show him the paper. Then the company is growing.
Okay, Osmosis. Thank you so much. Osmosis. Man for real. 0559-242-717 0556-910-154. I think some of the mistakes we also make is thinking that when we say systems, it has to be as far as the government. Right. Even domestic systems, homes, offices, small businesses. we don't even institute systems. And when we say systems, they don't only just mean formal systems. Systems are systems. Even when you have a way that people must pay you, when they do your services, when the way people must talk, the way your culture and your business and all those things form part of your system. So please, let's not just blame it from the political angle, which is something we always do. Me, I'm tired of that.
It's easier that way.
It's easier that way.
It's easier that way because nobody wants to be responsible for anything. We don't want accountability. So let's point fingers at the politicians. But what about you? What about the small business that you have? And like Doc said, even in the hospitals, people still want the whole paper thing happening because they know with a digital thing. Look, I went to one clinic and I was very impressed. They just took my information at the reception place. That was it.
Yeah.
I went through all the checks, and then when I finally met the doctor, like the man was on his PC. Like, okay, I've seen like this, that. Then you came on this, that. Okay, great. So based on this, I've sent everything to the lab, so you can go to the lab place, and they'll tell you what you have to do and all that. I sound like, and I went to the lab.
Folder.
They sent me an email of my results. Oh, Charlie.
Life will be so
And it's not because of that system upgrade, so they overcharged. It was a simple, the normal charge in other clinics, and if not that they haven't given me small, I could have mentioned their name.
And you see, one of the things about the reason why these systems cannot be repaired, because the people there,
Like he said, you're benefiting. So we'll kill it.
And you see, I face it everywhere that I go.
Yeah.
You know, you are like it's constantly something that I face, especially in my line of work. And then it's like, you know what? I'm an expert in this space.
We have just 5 minutes, so maybe I can't pick any more calls.
Up.
Yeah, we should be wrapping up. Yeah.
So it's more or less like I'm saying. So you're an expert in this space, but then you get into the space, and because of the kind of system, you cannot win.
You can't win.
You can never win.
You know, I was surprised that we were going for a production in South Africa. We had done the setup. The location was in a man's house, very beautiful. Everything was set up, and that day I think we had forgotten to call the ambulance, and we were asked not to shoot because there was no ambulance on set.
Yeah.
There was another time we were also shooting somewhere in Rustenburg. In fact, over 100 people, member crew type of shoot. This is even minus talents, and we had done shooting everything, and the editor saw a black cable hanging at the back of like one of the scenes. Yeah, they had to scrap the whole thing. They made us shoot the whole thing again on the same day. You know, so these are things we need to do, because sometimes it's not just about having gadgets or having expensive things, or it's not only about money. When the systems are right, it's smooth for you to run the business. You get the quality also. You get the quality. You want to say something? Oh, yeah. Oh, me, I'm okay. Jane, we are wrapping up.
Yeah. Trig, the first caller really, really touched every nerve and tissue in me, because he really hit the nail right on
and
his
he's
head.
a doctor, so nerves and tissue, there is his game. It's his game.
He said it all for me, and that's the very unfortunate but real situation we're facing, because the frustrating system unfortunately privileges a certain kind of people. So we just end up fighting and finding solutions, but to no proper, resolution. What I'll tell this gentleman is that I think he's already started taking actions. That's why his boss has realized that productivity is dropping.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
You cannot let something benefit a company at your inconvenience.
Yes.
You get me? So he's doing things in the right direction, but he should also make sure to be very strict about it. You know, you can take decisions, but you won't be disciplined about it. Please make sure that you stand on your the action that you've taken and carry it on.
Make sure that you stand on the action that you've taken and carry it on. Andrews.
Trig, I think the way to go, sometimes you have to challenge the status quo. Per everything we have said, for how long would you paper over the cracks like we try to do as employees? We try to do generally as employees, they try and then paper over the cracks. For a long time, some of the bosses or the higher ups, they try and then shirk responsibilities, but it's your duty to call them out.
Yeah.
And it might not always go down well with them, but you have to do what you have to do. Like you were saying, maybe your pay isn't really sufficient. You can't decide to put your pay on the line every time. You have to do what you have to do, because if you are receiving all that money, they brought you in for that particular job, so you have to fill in and then make sure that you are doing it right. So I have to say that it's everybody's responsibility. As you are talking about systems, even we here, we are part of the problem. We have to also make sure that no, we are all part. No. I mean, like we are.
Sometimes, on some occasions.
We are not part. No, we don't want to be part.
No, you are at fault at times. You can't tell me that you are entirely clean.
No.
Hey, I am entirely
You want to bring yourself.
Andrews, you are a problem.
Andrews is the problem,
No problem.
Plop.
So we have to make sure that we
Andrews,
don't fall
you finish
short.
your thing quietly and then let's move to Martin.
Yeah, Trick.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, it's not sustainable what you try to do, and that's why you're here seeking advice. And that should tell you that it's not your place really to try and do these things. That's why the system should work. Call the system out, and if it works, it's for everybody's good, and your productivity levels will soar. So please call the system out. Stop spending.
Please call the system out, Michael.
My dear, watch where you are coming from. Before you take this decision, I'll be very honest with you. If you listen to everybody, you realize that they are saying the system is broken. Right from church, right down to the political spaces, to the mini, everywhere is broken. So what I will advise...
when you leave that place, you go to another broken place.
You get another broken place. Do what you can do in the space as you are in, and then you should get a bit wise about it, manage the situation very well. Other than that, you will step on toes, people will hate you for no reason, and trust me, you are not like other people that today when they say go home, another company is already calling you. So if you are not in that capacity,
don't mind Michael, when they sack you, call me.
Listen to Trey. Call Trey, yes.
Quick.
Call me.
Very
I got
connected
you.
man.
I got you.
I mean, Compumatic.
You know,
Compumatic.
speaking of that,
Can you Trick?
This week, Compu Ghana is actually giving people the room to buy any LG gadget. LG. Come and say LG. Michael, come and say LG. You don't want LG TV. LG. Uh-huh.
Life is good.
Martin, do you have an LG television?
Not yet.
But you don't want to come and say LG. You think that you are getting the TV for free?
LG.
LG gadgets.
For free?
No. But this week, you are getting a huge discount.
Wow.
Huge discount.
What is huge?
Look.
LG.
All right, thank you guys so much. Guys, we're going to go for a quick commercial break, but this has been a very productive conversation, I must say. Let's go for this quick commercial break. When we come back, the show continues.
Do you want to change your TV or upgrade your sound system? How about getting an AC that sends mosquitoes away? LG Prime Week is here at Compu Ghana, and it's bigger than ever. It's that time to shop for all your favorite LG products. From the breathtaking cinematic color of LG TVs to world-class home appliances, the best of LG products is